G'day. Today we're going to talk about Candida. Candida is a fungal or a yeast organism that makes up part of our beneficial gut flora. Our beneficial gut flora is what keeps us healthy. It's our major component to our immune system. Now Candida, when it's kept in control by the immune system and other beneficial gut bacteria, is completely helpful to the body. But when the immune system is weak or the beneficial gut flora is low, Candida, being an opportunistic organism, will proliferate, it will grow and it will spread within the body. And when it does that, it mutates. And it mutates into a few different forms, but one of the major bad forms is a form called Candida albicans. Now when Candida albicans prolificates and grows, what it basically does is that it embeds itself into the gut wall, it puts its roots into the bloodstream, and it keeps its teeth or its mouth in the intestinal tract. And it lives on what you eat. Now, what causes the Candida to grow is things like antibiotics, is stress, is junk food, is a lot of preservative-rich foods, is a sugar-rich diet, flour-rich diet, cakes, biscuits, chocolates, chips, those things that are not very beneficial to the body in diet-wise and or destroy your beneficial gut bacteria, because you know an antibiotic kills bacteria, but it also kills the beneficial ones in the gut that are a major controlling agent of the spread of Candida. So when Candida is in the gut and it's hungry, it will send a message through that root system and it will secrete chemicals into the bloodstream and say, I want food, and the only food it eats is sugar. Now that's just not sugar as in a teaspoon of sugar, it eats the sugar that's made from carbohydrates. So when you have a carbohydrate, like bread or pasta or cakes or biscuits or alcohol, that's converted to glucose within the blood. And that's what Candida lives on. Now Candida can be within the gut, or it can be systemic throughout the body. It can be in the lungs or the brain or the kidneys or whatever. Now that's a very serious Candida infestation, but nevertheless it can happen. The problem with Candida is with a lot of people is that, and especially in the medical profession, they don't kind of believe it because there's too many signs and symptoms that is associated with Candida. You can have irritable bowel syndrome, ulcerative colitis, you can have fatigue, depression, anxiety, PMS, itchy skin, headaches, joint pain, muscle pain. The list is just, it is endless. There's about 100 to 150 different signs and symptoms that can be associated with Candida. Now that's very hard when you're trying to diagnose someone with a particular problem. So, but when you look at Candida or the gut, that is should be the starting point for a lot of healing within the body, because if your gut's not right, or it's an overgrowth of bad bacteria or fungal in the form of Candida, nothing else is going to be right. You can take pills and powders for all these things, but they're never going to get better because the underlying causes have never been fixed up. Now, as I've said, Candida lives on sugar. And so an easy giveaway is that if you eat a lot of breads or pastas or cakes or biscuits and you have a whole heap of unexplained symptoms, there's a very good chance that you can be suffering from Candida. But it's not all doom and gloom. You can get rid of Candida. Now, there's some really good herbs. There's a South American herb called Pau. There is a New Zealand herb called Horopito. There's garlic that everyone's heard of, oregano oil, cinnamon. There's herbs that contain berberine, which is golden seal and barberry and Oregon grape. They're very, very good at getting rid of or controlling Candida. Echinacea. So there's some wonderful herbs that can bring back balance and kill the Candida. And there's a wonderful probiotic, which is one called Saccharomyces boulardii, which is a member of the yeast family, and we use it a lot for barley belly or deli belly, traveller's diarrhea basically. And what happens is when you get an overgrowth of an organism in the gut, that when you take the Saccharomyces, it prolificates really quickly in it, and it overtakes the gut, but it crowds out all the bad guys. All right. So you've got to do things in combination. There's not just one thing or one herb that's going to get rid of Candida. Now, anyone that's had Candida or heard of Candida has heard of the Candida diet, and it can be really draining and stressful for the body. But you've got to think of, I'll go into the diet in a sec, but you've got to think of Candida like this. Remember the Roman army of thousands of years ago, and they used to march in rows, in columns. And when one row went down, another one was there to take its place. And they were a kilometre long. So think of your Candida as this big Roman army a kilometre long. At the back of that Candida is this factory that's got this tube that goes straight up to your gut, and it's just bringing in all the food to make more Candida, and it's just pumping out Candida, right? So the diet is really important to cut off the fuel supply, right? But doing the diet alone, you could do the diet alone for 6 or 12 months and still not get rid of Candida, because unfortunately it doesn't want to die. It doesn't want to get under control, just like you and I don't want to die. So that's where we need to come out the front of the Roman army, or the front of the Candida, with modern day ammunition like machine guns and bazookas, and just mow the buggers down and shrink that really quickly, so there's no fuel supply and we're getting rid of the Candida very quickly. And that's what those herbs and nutrients that I've just previously spoke about will do. Now, one thing that you have to be very wary of with Candida is a thing called dieback. All right? Now, dieback, when you kill Candida, or you kill anything, it doesn't want to die. So I come at you at the moment, I put my hands around your throat, you're not going to just lie there and go, oh yeah, kill me. You're just going to kick and punch and try to get away. But the same thing with Candida, the same thing with any living organism. So what Candida does, that when it dies, it produces a lot of a substance called acetaldehyde. Now, acetaldehyde is, if you drink a glass of alcohol, the ethanol is converted in your body to acetaldehyde. They believe that's what gives you the hangover feeling the next day. So acetaldehyde, when Candida dies off and you get a lot of acetaldehyde, there's a massive load placed on your liver, and your liver goes, my God, well, I can't detoxify all this, and it gets tired and sluggish. You can get an exacerbation of the symptoms that you've got, so they get a lot worse. You can suffer from major fatigue, headaches, joint pain, insomnia. So that is not a good thing when you kill the Candida, when Candida's dying off. So with any Candida program, when you want to kill any Candida, you need to support the liver. There's some digestive enzymes, amylase, protease, that are very beneficial for that, and lipase. Obviously, herbs that are going to support the liver, say St Mary's thistle, schizandra, globe artichoke, dandelion root, those herbs are very, very beneficial. Even astragalus, which works on the liver and the immune system at the same time, is going to prevent or dramatically reduce that dieback symptom, because so many people, when they get dieback, go, oh my God, this is not working, it's too hard, and they give up and they never get rid of it, right? So it's very important to have, I suppose, a holistic approach to it. You need to look at the diet, because it's what started the process in the first place. And it's really, I suppose, when you look at the diet, it's more going to be a lifestyle change. Because once you realise how good you start to feel when you change your diet, and you realise that these foods bring bad health and these foods bring good health, you're going to start to go, I think I want to go down the good health pathway and I want to be healthy, right? So we here at the clinic offer a whole heap of treatment in clinic for Candida, but also online, that if you're interested in working out whether you have Candida, there's a test that's available, a Candida test. Along with that is the treatment program, a recipe booklet with 80 odd different recipes, and a protocol to get rid of Candida if you have it, dietary and nutritional supplements. So the website's vitalityandwellness.com.au. By all means, go there and have a look, because there's a lot more information on Candida on the website, so to give you a bit more of an insight into it. And until next time, have a wonderful day.